It's national meets regional. Welcome to Sidewalks Entertainment, the long-running celebrity, music, and art series. Join us now for an exciting new path to celebrity interviews, music, rising talents, much, much more.
I run these streets.
This is all out war now. They're coming 24 hours in the damn burst.
¡Para la familia!
I am neither right nor good. I will make up the difference in blood.
El Chicano, the ghetto Grim Reaper.
I'd like to welcome George Lopez and Raul Castillo. Hi guys, thank you so much for joining us today.
Good to see you.
Good morning.
Now, before we dive into the film El Chicano, I'd like to talk a little bit about some of your previous work. Now, George, you've led such a successful career in stand-up, television, and film. Now, what was your big break that started it all?
Well, I would have to say that meeting Sandra Bullock in 2000 and getting for her to come to see me at a club in Hollywood. And afterwards, I wasn't sure what direction or what, if she even had any interest, but you know, we sat down at her office and met a couple of times, and that became my sitcom that was on ABC that still runs to this day. It's never been off the air since 2002. So I would say meeting Sandra Bullock was like my superwoman to me.
Awesome, awesome. And Raul, you tend to you occasionally might cross paths with or even work with some other actors that you might have been a fan of before you became a colleague with. Now, with that being said, what was your reaction when you met and worked with George Lopez for the first time?
We met. It was a trip because you know, I got the offer to do the film, and I sat down with Ben Hernandez Bray, our director, and had, you know, he's all heart, and he put a lot of his heart into the script in this film, and I knew I wanted to do it like hands down because of his sort of dedication. But the minute he told me that George was going to be a part of it, it was like other level, you know. I mean, you just never know.
Yeah.
You don't imagine. I grew up in South Texas. It was like, you know, I grew up on the border. You just don't imagine you're going to ever work with your own heroes, and then you are, and there you are on set, and they're playing your police captain, and you know, I've been watching George since I was like a young, you know, when I was dreaming of trying to do this thing. So now here we are, you know, and we get to do this thing together. It's amazing. It's amazing.
Wow.
And now the both of you are in the film El Chicano. Now, George, you play Police Captain Gomez. Now, much of your work has been in the comedy genre. What was it like to take on a role of a character in an action crime drama film?
You know, it's a good turn for me. You know, it's a nice time. You know, I did the animation and those movies now, and the comedy movies and comedy specials, but this is a nice turn. And you know, historically, comedians have been great dramatic actors. Michael Keaton was a comedian, and Robin Williams, Billy Crystal, Jackie Gleason. So in the realm or in the tradition of those guys, being comedic and comedy being from pain, I think it just lends itself to be able to turn a little dramatic at this. You know, at this age, it's a nice place for me to go.
Yeah, absolutely. Do you see yourself doing more in this genre?
Absolutely, yeah, I think so. I think everybody that sees El Chicano will like it. I don't think I've kind of lost myself in that character. When you see the movie, you kind of don't see me, and I think that's a great start, a great introduction to more dramatic parts, I'm sure.
Now, Raul, you played the lead character. You played the lead twin characters, Diego and Pedro. Now, I like the way people have described your character. a line straight out of the movie. This is actually your line, George. The ghetto grim reaper. Somewhere someone had said that you're described as the Batman of the barrio. Now, how did you physically train for this role, and how much of the stunts did you do yourself?
I mean, I'll put it this way: it's a good thing the character has a mask, but Ben, our director, is a veteran stunt coordinator, stunt director, and we had an incredible team that came to play on this film, and it was awesome. And I mean, I got to learn. I learned so much. A lot of the work that I've done is sort of grounded in realism and naturalism. And this was the first kind of otherworldly, like, this kind of level of action, and it was fun. It was like being a kid. I got to crash cars. I got to fight. I got to shoot guns and train in that way and learn this whole new skill set. And it just gave me this whole newfound respect for action stars. I think it's really hard work. I remember being exhausted at the end of this shoot, but satisfied, because it's a film that I think that we all really believe in, and it's got an incredible all Latino cast.
It's a little bit of James Bond. If you look at the career of James Bond, there's been 3 or 4 different James Bonds. El Chicano's in that kind of vein. It's been passed down. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, well, just after watching the trailer, I was like at the edge of my seat.
Beautiful.
Well, unfortunately, we are out of time. But again, thank you so much for taking the time to speak with me today.
Great, Lori. Thank you.
Take care.
For more full-length celebrity interviews, visit sidewalkstv.com.